A couple quick things, all right? I started your reading last night, but I decided I was too tired, and so therefore I left your cards here so that I could do them in the morning. You may hear my TV in the background. I just wanted a little bit of background noise. Sometimes, living solo, it can kind of feel very, it kind of makes me go a little crazy sometimes, especially when I have a lot of recordings to get through. Just like hearing myself talk for hours nonstop. I just need something in the background. This is a collective reading. Please receive what resonates, release what doesn't. All right. I do make these with the intention of reading for these sun signs, but I encourage you to watch your moon and your rising as well to get a 360 view of how the month of November will go for you. If anything I say is interesting to you and you'd like to work with me deeper, please check out my description box. If I haven't added the description to this video by the time you see this, head to my website, lightworkerwhit.com. Everything you need is there. And remember, as a light keeper, if you're seeing this in the month of November, you are a light keeper. I have 15% off. I don't remember if it's just sessions or anything with me. I feel like it might be any of my services, 15% off any of the services. But I've just released a Black Friday sale. It's Black Friday 2025. That's 50% off all of my services, excluding the strategic advisement. Okay. All right, I've already shuffled your cards, so this is your monthly forecast. That's what we're about to get into first. This is going to cover your month of November. Then we're going to get into your love and relationships and career and finances. Those decks are behind me. I've already plucked your oracle card of the month. I don't know what it is. I just kind of set it off to the side and went to bed last night. So we're just going to pick up where I left off, okay? Let's jump in. Okay, current self, Capricorn, is justice. Justice is Libra energy. It's also balance, fairness, and getting what you deserve. So kind of maybe feeling empowered at the beginning of November. Theme of the month is Ten of Pentacles. Now, seeing this card in this position is usually a good sign of money rolling in. You might be feeling very abundant this month. You may be feeling very successful. Money coming from maybe unexpected places. Ten of Pentacles could represent like advancement in your career and finances. So I'm excited to see what we get there. As I've worked with this deck more and more, I have connected to the message of the home. So maybe you're making a lot of changes of your physical home, okay? Now, or upgrades to your home. Key goal to pursue is the Three of Wands, expansion, growth, and leveling up, okay? Sometimes the Three of Wands is laying the foundation as you prepare for the next level. You're not actually on the flight yet. Does that make sense? You're waiting for the flight. You're preparing. You're packing for your trip, metaphorically. In the month of November. November is about packing for your trip. Whereas December, I don't even know what December's, energy is, but December, it's your birthday. We enter your birthday season at the end of the month. Is likely going to be where you may be some benefits of the work you're putting in right now. Obstacle to overcome is Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It could also be representative of your professional life. Maybe you have to overcome some things in your work life. The Queen of Swords is also someone who's very perceptive, very sharp, very communicative, very alert. She's no bullshit. So maybe you need to soften in some ways. Maybe you're a little bit too sharp, I'm looking at a bread knife. You guys know what a bread knife looked like and it has jagged edges? Maybe you're a little bit too rough around the edges. I guess that's what I want to say. But it's not really what I mean. Rough around the edges has a completely different meaning. People might not be able to handle you right now because your tolerance, quite literally, is just not there. I don't know if you guys have ever had a boss that they're just to the point. They're so matter of fact. They're they don't have a time to hold your hand or be gentle. That would be the Queen of Swords. Major accomplishment is the Devil. This is the card that represents Capricorn. So this would be a positive message for you stepping back into your energy in the month of November, near the end of the month. The Devil is also about work. It's the golden handcuffs, and it's also attachments and addictions. I don't use reversals in this deck, so perhaps there's a chance this could be reversed or you're releasing attachments. We will clarify this card. What to avoid is the Fool. We've got a fresh start. We got a leap of faith. So maybe Spirit is telling you to not, to me, I'm hearing not give up on something, because the only reason why I would be seeing the Fool here is because you're almost wanting to abandon something and start fresh and, go over, move on. What you embrace is the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is community, friendships, and family. So lean into family and support this month. And then we have where to find support, Ten of Swords. We have an ending here, betrayal, sometimes loss, defeat as well. So we're definitely going to tap into that. There's a message here of like something might make you feel like you've been defeated, but Spirit is trying to tell you don't let that run you out of town. That's interesting. And advice and encouragement is the Wheel of Fortune. Good luck, good karma, good fortune. Also, potentially expecting a large payout, potentially expect the Wheel of Fortune isn't always monetary. This could be like something, a stroke of luck, something you've been wanting to happen. The karmic wheel turning, like good things are kind of going on the up and up for you when the Wheel of Fortune appears. But it's a blessing for sure. Okay, guys, I don't think I can pause this video because, of course, I'm being interrupted. So I'm going to mute my mic and I will just figure this out on the back end, and so you can skip this section. I'm going to come back and clarify this, but I just need to take a quick break. Okay. All right. All right. Cool, 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 cool. Let's get this back some. All right, so let's start with, what I want to start with. I'm very interested as to why the Justice card is here for you. What deck? What other deck do I want to use? Excuse me. Excuse me, a little yawn. Okay. All right. Clarify, please, the 10 of Pentacles for Capricorn for the month of November. Clarify the theme of the month for Capricorn. Okay, we've got despair, not hiring, the dog in the background. Maybe finances are really a problem this month for you, Capricorn. I mean, arguably, everyone's finances are really tight right now. Clarify this for Capricorn, theme of the month. Okay, we've got courthouse. Immediately, I'm thinking about Capricorn. I really don't know what your situation is. And first thing that came to me was like broken family, child support, and like custody battles. Let me know if you're dealing with that, because that is the first thing that's coming to my mind. Like you're trying to figure out how to keep your home or your legacy intact. I said that for another sign as well. I forgot which one. Clarify, please, the theme of the month for Capricorn. November 2025. Interesting. The 9 of Cups is here. Now, there is a potential that after a period of despair, you're now coming out of that, because the 9 of Cups is like a wish fulfillment. Maybe, again, maybe you're getting a judgment that you've been waiting on, and maybe it's favorable outcome legally that has kind of had you in a chokehold. All right, Kegel to pursue for Capricorn, please. Okay, adjudication. Yeah, there's definitely something to be resolved here, Capricorn. Kegel to pursue. The 3 of Wands is expansion and growth. I don't know if you're waiting on permission to, I wanted to say permission to leave the country. That's interesting. I feel like you're waiting on, permission to leave, permission to go, take flight. Clarify this, please, for Capricorn. Okay. The Lovers and 4 of Wands. Okay. So with the adjudication card, again, there might be, so if you're in a committed relationship, there might have been some sort of dispute with your partner. The 4 of Wands is connected to domestic harmony. Okay, Capricorn. And the Lovers is Gemini energy, but it's also, the Lovers, duality, partnerships. You need to find a way through, okay, is the message that I'm getting from this. If things have not been going well with you and your person, you have got to find a compromise. I'm surprised I don't have the Temperance card here, but you've got to find a way through, okay? I do want to clarify the Queen of Swords. The 3 of Wands is like you need to find a way past to move forward. Clarify, please, the Queen of Swords for Capricorn, obstacle to overcome. 2 of Cups again, and not 6 of Cups. Even though I mean again, but like look at how much imagery we have here for couples. Look at all the imagery for couples. Look at all the imagery, okay? There is some sort of relationship that needs to be healed and resolved this month, okay? All right, so let's look at the 2 of Cups in relation to this Queen of Swords. 2 of Cups is partnership, soulmate energy. and the Six of Cups. So I am getting a feeling that there's like some issue to be resolved in how you deal with kids. Okay. Maybe parenting or co-parenting or trying to make a decision that's best for your children, make private sort of thing. Right? Clarify obstacle overcome, please, for Capricorn. I wonder if I'll get either the child or coffin. Obstacle overcome for, no, you got message in house. Immediately, okay, something just came to me about daycare. Something came to me about daycare. What is the, like, you're going to get some communication about daycare. Maybe there's either an issue with a teacher or a daycare teacher or preschool teacher, or something, maybe an issue with the school, or some parent-teacher conference that needs to happen if you're having issues with your child. I just feel like overall there's some stressor with somebody who looks after your children or child. That for me feels like a message. The Six of Cups, if you don't have any children, the Six of Cups is related to friends and family, or excuse me, the Three of Cups is like more friends and family. Six of Cups is like the past. Think of childhood relationships, childhood friendships, people who raised you, you know, people who know you very well. Now, Mercury is going to be retrograde for the majority of the month. So this could be a message about something or someone from the past coming back up that needs to be resolved. Okay. Maybe an old lover, an ex-lover that needs to be resolved. It could be an ex that you have to make arrangements for. If, like, let's say you got divorced and you're trying to figure out how to the house, could be stuff like that. Something from the needs to be resolved that involves another person. The Two of Cups is typically romantic connections. It can be platonic or business connections, partnerships as well. You've got to work with some other person to get something done. But it seems to be around a message related to a physical building and potentially children or the past. Okay, let's look at your major accomplishment, Devil. Please clarify major accomplishment for Capricorn. Eight of Swords. Feeling victimized. Major accomplishment for Capricorn by the end of November, please. Is that the World? No, it's the Magician. I feel like some of you guys are manifesting work if you're out of work. If you are out of work, I feel like you're manifesting a job or a new career opportunity. Clarify the Devil, please, for Capricorn. Major accomplishment for Capricorn by the end of November. Okay, let's see what that is. The Lovers again. Now the Lovers, here it is here, is related to unions, partnerships, contracts, very similar to the Marriage card. The Devil is also about physical intimacy. So if you have not had a lot of physical intimacy with your partner, maybe this is the month where like that improves, especially if that's been giving you stress, pent up physical energy. Okay. The Devil is kind of one of those cards that just relates to life. It's temptation, right? In its lightest form, it's like no big deal. You know, a little bit of debauchery is fun, but it can go to the extreme very quickly. It can turn into addiction, right? And we're talking about those things like drugs, sex, weed, alcohol, those sorts of things. Gambling, shopping. Okay. What to avoid? The Fool. Interesting. Clarify this for Capricorn, please. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is getting organized and planning. And the more I work with this deck, the more I look at the Fool as traveling. Interesting. I wonder if some of you guys are getting a message to not fly. For the holidays, I wonder. Maybe you're being called to drive. I don't know. Clarify what to avoid for Capricorn, please. November 2025. All right, we've got two cards here. We've got three, actually. Three of Cups again, Five of Swords, and Three of Cups is here. Five of Pentacles and Five of Swords. Five of Swords is winning at all costs, a hard-won victory. This involves friends and family. To me, this is a dispute or a conflict related to friends and family or close relationships. And Five of Pentacles, money is tight. Money is tight. Avoid skipping out on holidays because finances are tight, but I'm not sure if that's the message, if I'm being very honest. Clarify, please, the Fool for Capricorn, what to avoid. What are you trying to tell Capricorn to do? What to avoid? What are you trying to tell Capricorn to do? That flew out, didn't it? Coffin. Now look, we got some similar messages here. Betrayals, endings, you know, defeat. It's the Fool that's throwing me off in the position of what to avoid. Because the Fool in the position of what to avoid, even with Two of Wands, which, you know, looks like somebody looking towards the future, I'm not sure if that's what Spirit's trying to tell you. I don't know if Spirit's trying to tell you, hey, don't quite move on just yet. At least that's what I'm sensing here. But then, I don't know, is the message to squash beef? Is the message to squash beef with one other person or a group of people close to you? The Three of Cups would not be a partnership. This would be friends or family. I know the Coffin card is here, but I'm not exactly predicting that someone's death is what brings you with family. I'm not really getting that here. I think this might be a message to like squash a beef. Let's look into this Three of Cups here in terms of why Spirit's telling you to embrace this. Communication, Ace of Swords, Chariot, travel, go, move forward. I kind of think that's the message, Capricorn. I think, and y'all know I think about the Capricorns in my life as well. I think you may have a trip planned already, Capricorn. But because finances are rough, you're thinking about not going. But I don't think Spirit, I think Spirit is telling you, I think you need to be around your community right now. Personally. You may even have to go by yourself. You take that however it resonates. Because I don't know if you're planning to go with somebody. You may have to go by yourself. Okay. Let's look at this Ten of Swords. Where to find support? What's coming to an end for Capricorn? All right, the Six of Swords just fell out of my deck. It is reversed on the floor, face up. I don't use reversals in this deck. Ooh. A lot of times the Six of Swords, when it's reversed, is related to unfinished business. In general, it's about transitions, moving on, moving towards calmer waters. It's really in an essence accepting your L's. Just gotta like take your L's and move the fuck on. What is this related to for Capricorn? Gift. Why would gift be coming out? Feeling defeated, but something to do with a gift. Clarify, please, where to find support for Capricorn. Feeling stuck. It feels like somebody's giving you a way out. Somebody's giving you a way out of a stressful situation. It just may not be what you, it doesn't seem like it to be what you want. You're feeling trapped, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling victimized, and somebody is helping you. It's kind of like, you know, you feel stuck and somebody's like, you're trapped, and somebody's offering to break you free, but they're like, hey, but we have to go buy water, and you hate the water, you're seasick or whatever the fuck. But you can't choose how you get free in this scenario. I know you would have preferred a flight, but those weren't available. We got this boat though, so you coming or not? Kind of feel like that's the vibe here. Like somebody is willing to help you. Somebody is willing to save you. But you got to be willing to accept the help in the form that it comes. I love that we have the Wheel of Fortune here in terms of advice and encouragement. No, you kind of can't see that from the light here. So let's clarify why we're having this Wheel of Fortune moment for you, Capricorn. Okay, so we've got expectation. What is this? Great fortune. You might be expecting some monies by the end of the month. Why is Capricorn getting monies? Why? What is this Wheel of Fortune? Something coming in fast. Page of Swords. Page of Swords is like the researcher, the learner. The Eight of Wands is like something coming in fast. Some of y'all may be getting like a refund, like a school refund, if you're going to school. Some of you maybe having information coming in fast. About what are you expecting? What are you expecting? I don't know if this is a deck that I want to use to find out what you're expecting. What is Capricorn expecting by the end of the month? What information is coming into them? Knight of Swords again. Something coming in fast. Okay, let me put it like this, because I don't exactly know what it is, and it might be different for everybody. Whatever you're waiting to take flight on, whatever you're to elevate to, is going to be put in motion by the end of the month. Whatever trip you're packing your bags for, metaphorically or literally, you will be you will be boarding the plane, if you will, by the end of the month, and you will be quite comfortable, first class. Okay? I really hope that analogy is making sense to you. All right, let's go ahead and clarify this. Okay? So give me a second here. Used a lot of cards, right? All right, let's look at this. Okay, so to clarify, right? Theme of the month, or excuse me, current self. You're trying to like fight for something. You're trying to right or wrong, get what you deserve, right? Trying to maybe rectify a situation. Theme of the month is 10 of Pentacles, either pursuing the bag, trying to focus on your wealth and legacy, trying to obtain money, secure money, perhaps, abundance. You are pursuing this month leveling up. You know that you're not ready to take flight yet, but you're trying to get everything prepared, get all your ducks in the row for that next level of expansion. You may have some things to overcome, either with an actual teacher or something perhaps involving your children and maybe a teacher to your children, or something in relation from your past, some sort of connection or relationship from your past that needs to be resolved, as you might be dealing with somebody who is a little sharp. And I don't mean that in a good way. Major accomplishment is the Devil. I do feel like maybe you're advancing in your work life somehow. Or physical intimacy, okay? Maybe elevating in the playfulness in your relationship if you are in one. What to avoid? I feel like you're being called to not tap out, especially in relation to close family relationship. If you're expecting to travel, don't bow out because finances are not there. Your family will find a way for you to get to where you need to be. They want you there. Where to find support? 10 of Swords. Something is coming to an end, some sort of defeat, some sort of ending that you need to embrace. You're getting out of this feeling of feeling stuck. I do think it is related to the Justice here, whatever you're fighting for, whatever issue you're trying to get resolved. Finally, it's coming to an end, so you can feel confident about that. And then advice and encouragement is the Wheel of Fortune. So also I do feel expected funds should be coming to you by the end of the month. A greater level of abundance. So I love that for you, Capricorn. How lovely. Now, we're about to move on to your love and relationships, Capricorn. So bear with me while I put all the cards back. Man, I feel like I need a nap. It's crazy. I feel very tired. And I'm like on my second cup of coffee. Sometimes the readings do that to me. I don't know why, but sometimes like the readings just kind of like take a little life out of me. That's why sometimes I like to have TV on a little bit, because it just kind of brings some life into the room, some energy into the room. Because otherwise I'll just be sitting here and I'd be feeling, it's like, it's 12:16 right now and I feel like it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, whew. You know? Okay. All right. Oh, please hold while I gather the appropriate cards. Okay. I know you can't see, but it's kind of a little difficult to get my cards like this because I have my tripod literally right in front of my desk. So my chair is like oriented a little funny. Oh, I didn't realize. I don't know why, but the Lovers is upright. I don't know why. But okay, we received that. I don't know why. You take that as however you need to, Capricorn. And I think what happened is, I think when I shuffled this deck, I must have forgotten to grab the card, one card. Sometimes that happens when I grab a deck. And this must have been there. This is the cover of this deck, by the way. The My Modern Love Tarot. I don't know why that's there. We'll see. We'll have to see when we look at your forecast. Let's look. Let's see what's going on. These cards are already shuffled. All right. So let's look. What to expect for you this month. Queen of Wands and the Moon. The unexpected in your love and relationships. Queen of Swords again. When we have repeating cards, I want you to take account. I want you to write them down so that you can research these cards for yourself. Theme of the month. Okay. Why do I feel like your reading is like super similar to, I don't know if it's Aquarius. I don't know. I gotta look. Super interesting. Back to deck energy is Temperance reversed, lack of compromise, which I had pretty much touched on. Okay. Give me a second to really like figure out what Spirit's trying to communicate. Capricorn, I feel like just one message is coming through. I feel like if you're single, you may not even be single, but I feel like somebody is coming out of the fucking woodwork to kind of like give you a piece of their mind, which is so interesting. Like all of a sudden somebody wants to revisit an argument from like 2023. I don't know. Like they never really got to get their licks in. You know what I'm saying? That's so interesting that that's coming through. I'm going to use the Romance Angels. Let's see what I get from this. What do you have for Capricorn for the month of November 2025? Okay. I do feel called to use the essential oil deck. I do feel called to use that. Any other for Capricorn? Wow. Okay. And this is why I love this deck. I mean, it really gets to the root of it. I'm just going to show these to you. I'm not even going to speak on these yet. But you might be feeling these cards. So we got I am not enough and I will never change. These would be limiting beliefs, okay? And we need to change that with I love myself, and in each moment I am a new me. Yeah, we'll get into these. I'm gonna put these over here for right now. Okay, I'm gonna put these over here for right now. All right, let's just go ahead and start. What to expect in the month of November. We've got Queen of Wands and the Moon. The Moon is connected to Pisces energy in case a Pisces is important to you. And the Queen of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in case a fire sign is important to you. Now, I feel that you are looking to go into the month of November with strength, with courage, and like I'm hearing, never let them see you sweat. Like, you know that you're kind of upset about some things, you're battling some demons, you're battling some fears, you're battling some anxieties, but on the outside, you're like, you're trying to keep it together. You're trying to show people, I'm strong, I can handle it, I'm good. But really, I think there's a lot of fear that, like, you don't know what you're doing. First of all, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. They're all just doing their best. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to put on this facade that you have things figured out in your love life this month. It may even be in relationship to your own life as an individual. Because I think some people, you know, my brother made a comment about that recently. I was telling him, like, just kind of some of the things that I struggle with sometimes of being single and running a business, and it feels like it is a lot of pressure, at least at this stage in my life, to like kind of manage a lot by myself. And my brother mentioned, my older brother, he was like, that's one perspective, but also be glad that you don't have anybody to answer to. You're able to take risks. You're able to only answer to yourself. You don't have anybody else to consult. And that was a really interesting perspective that I hadn't really ever considered, because I'd be making some risky ass decisions. Like I really, really just, my tolerance for risk is higher than it probably should be. And I could only imagine that if I did live with somebody, that the ridicule that I may be experiencing or facing, and maybe even the pressure that it might put on my partner based off my risky ass decisions. And so I'm saying that to say that some people might be feeling like they need to prove themselves within their own relationship. Because I could imagine that I might be feeling that way. Like, even if I was attached to somebody, maybe feeling pressure to like prove that my business is successful, or prove that I'm, getting these analytics, or bringing in the X amount of business, or whatever, that the work that I'm putting in is worth it. And I wonder if you're experiencing the same thing, Capricorn, wanting to prove to your spouse that you do have it all together, but you really are actually worried as fuck. Interesting. Look, we have the expansion card. Remember, I talked about this. Key goal to pursue, expansion, release I am not enough, and I love myself. The message here: your tender heart is in need of care. Know that your body is here to help you experience a miraculous life. Embrace it. Let's move on to the unexpected. We have the Queen of Swords here. So maybe this is where your obstacle to overcome is. Queen of Swords here again, Aries, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but it can be any of the zodiac signs. The Eight of Swords reversed, coming out of imprisonment, coming out of victimization, feeling trapped. Okay. I really still feel like somebody is kind of happy, but you're on the receiving end of it. Like, I feel like somebody is coming out and be like, you know what, Capricorn, I've thought about it, and actually I am a hot mess, and actually I do blame everybody for my actions. Like, somebody is kind of like getting very clear on how they are the problem. I kind of feel like that's the vibe here. We got sweet release here. You could be deciding that you don't want to deal with somebody's bullshit anymore, getting yourself out of jail, getting hip to somebody's narcissistic ways. And I say narcissistic because you case where people are in relationships that are unfulfilling because they're just dealing with an unevolved man that is not self-actualized. What else for Capricorn? Unexpectedly. So maybe we got some breakups on the horizon here this month, potentially. And I'm just thinking back to the Ten of Swords, because, look, as I say that, fucking cutting ties. There's no going back. Better off alone, make a clean break. We got sweet release and cutting ties. Wow. Anything else? Are you sure that's what you're advising Capricorn to do? Are you sure? Fuck. Y'all, the rest in peace card is on the floor. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Hold on, I gotta get it. Ugh. It is really difficult to get it when the tripod is where it is. Okay. Buried in emotions, let yourself move on, grieve and let go. Interesting. Which is interesting because, you know, the oracle message here is give your relationship a chance. Now, this card, I will say, this card is mainly about, hey, give it all you got so that if it fails, you know that you did your best. I'm not, and I can show you that if you want. I'm not going to read it, but that's pretty much. If you want to pause it here. Well, you might not be able to see it because I think I was watching some things on playback and it was kind of blurry. The romance angels see that your relationship is worth devoting effort to. Although there may be issues, these can be worked through and healed. You'll need to communicate to the relationship to ensure the best chance of success. At the very least, if you do end it, you'll know that you gave it your all. You'll also understand the role that you played in its dynamics. In this way, you'll avoid attracting similarly painful situations in the future. You receive this card because there's hope for your partnership. The love is still there. Working with a counselor may be your best option at this point. This professional can identify areas of dysfunction and guide you both in healthier directions. It's interesting, like, and I don't know, like, let's for shits and giggles, let's say that this isn't about your relationship. Let's say this is about you cutting ties, you and your person, with someone in your life. Maybe this isn't about the relationship. Maybe this is somebody that's in between your relationship. Now that would be surprising to me because I don't have Three of Cups. I don't have Three of Pentacles, which often indicate third-party energy. Doesn't mean it's not possible, right? So maybe there's somebody that has been affecting the relationship that we could clear. The spirit is clearly like, hey, you got to let this person go. That have been drawing a wedge between you and your person. But again, I really still stand by. I feel like somebody's coming out the woodwork to like pour out their heart, but like finally, it almost feels like somebody that like ghosted you or left you on red and you never got a resolution to something. Feels like you're kind of getting answers now. That's what I'm picking up on. Let me know if that happens this month. Okay, let's keep going. Theme of the month, Six of Wands reverse. This is not feeling recognized, not feeling successful, lack of victory. The Hangman reverse, needing to change your perspective, needing to let go. A lot of times with the Hangman reverse. Five of Swords reverse, coming out of conflict, no longer fighting. And then Seven of Cups, explore your options. So Spirit, I'm really hesitant because if any of you guys are in marriages, I'm really hesitant to advise you to leave your marriage. And I know that a lot of marriages can survive, difficult situations. But I am feeling like Spirit is kind of saying, hey, we might need to let this go. We might be putting on a facade that is no longer healthy. Does that make sense? This relationship might be forcing you guys to become people that you don't want to be. And let's talk about that. Okay? Your statement to release. I will never change. Detoxification. True statement to embrace. In each moment, I am a new me. You are supported as you release habits and limiting patterns that are not serving your highest good. I have a client who's a Capricorn, and I know that their partner struggles with, or has struggled, I don't know what the update is, with addiction. So maybe this isn't even about you. Maybe you're struggling with your partner who's battling addiction. I get a lot of clients from the hotlines who call in about their partner struggling with addictions. All right, let's say for shits and giggles, and then we do have passion. Let's address this. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. We have passion. Okay, there just might be a strong physical connection, but I don't think that's the strongest message here. Let's say this is, let's just break this down real quick. If you are single, I feel that Spirit is advising you to move on. This is not your person. If you are in a marriage, this is a little bit more complicated because I don't feel that you are feeling supported as you need to in this relationship, and you're getting to the point where you're tired of fighting. And when you get to that point, that's a dangerous territory because now we're just kind of coexisting. We're not really fighting for happiness anymore. We're just like tolerating each other. I don't know, Capricorn. I'm going to be so honest with you. I really don't know. I don't know if Spirit is trying to tell you that this is your breaking point or what. Let me see. Let me see what's after the Seven of Cups. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Four of Cups reversed. Nine of Swords. Well, it looks like you're coming out of anxiety, choosing to focus on your happiness, trying to see the glass half full. But the Nine of Pentacles is independence. It feels like you're making a decision about a marriage. I'm staying on the marriage here. It feels like you're making a decision about the marriage, but you're not really communicating about it yet. This might be the month for some of you. And hey, I am all for you changing your mind, Capricorn, okay? But this might be the month where you realize, you know what? This is not it. This marriage is not working for me. And you might begin to explore your options to see what a life might look like without your person. Or, like I said, if this is involving a third party, maybe you're figuring out ways to separate from this person and you're tired. Maybe it's family that you guys are breaking away from. I don't know, but there's Capricorn, you're figuring out what your other options are because this ain't it. This ain't it. And I really feel like you're tired of putting on a facade. You're exhausted by holding up that mask. You cannot keep wearing this mask in this relationship. That's for damn sure. Okay, that's heavy. Y'all let me know what's going on. Y'all let me know what's going on. You know what I'm hearing? Never Enough. It's a song. All the stories and the stories, like all the thought of will never be enough. First of all, that song, never enough, never enough. Like whoever sang that song, oh, the vocals are out of this world. I don't remember who it is really who sang it, but look into the song. That's kind of what I'm hearing. It's from the Greatest Showman album. Okay. I remember at one point I was like rehearsing that song, and when I was in an apartment, and my neighbors were so pissed off of me. At one point they were like mocking me from downstairs. That's a part of why I hated living in an apartment, because like when I was really in my acting world, it felt really daunting to try to rehearse because, you know, if I have to rehearse belting, guess what? My whole fucking building hears that. And it's like really embarrassing, especially if I'm like trying to get it right, trying to get my breath work right, get the right breath support, trying to get the right note for, you know, even. And so you're rehearsing. But your neighbors hear it and like they're sick of your ass. I tried a few ways to try to figure that out and build kind of like soundproofing in my apartment, but which helped a little bit, but the wall that I built it in, I kind of built it in a closet, was like, I think facing my neighbor's bathroom, I don't know. So sometimes I kind of had to wait till they were not in there. Oh, I don't miss apartment living at all. At all. So I gotta stay in this townhouse by any means necessary. Not that I even rehearse songs like that anymore, but if I did, guess what the fuck I can do? I can go in my fucking basement and you know, sing to the high heavens and probably not disturb anybody, right? So it's just very interesting. All right, let's look into your career and finances. Let's see if we got better news. Okay. Okay, starting out with the Tower. Oh my God, Capricorn. It's November. Jesus. I only get the Two of Swords. And back to deck energy is the Fool reversed. When I get the Two of Swords, I know I like to pull yes, no cards, so maybe I don't know that. It's just something I've been doing. What you got for Capricorn? Give them some hope, Spirit. Oh God, we have luck at least, which would make sense with the Wheel of Fortune and Peacemaker. Yeah, these are kind of on brand. So this is the second time we've got Justice card coming out. So we got the Peacemaker here. Okay. We have luck coming out, but we also have unclear. All right, which makes sense for the Two of Swords. There's a lot of confusion around your finances this month, but God will provide. Okay, let's just get started. What to expect is the Tower reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. The Tower is often upheaval, chaos, and sudden change. When it's reversed, it either represents a personal transformation that is happening inwardly, or it's a message about a disaster avoided sometimes. Two of Pentacles upright is typically balancing career and finances, maybe juggling a lot of things. When it's reversed, you're not doing really well at balancing those things. It feels like something has recently thrown you off in your career and finances, and has maybe even diverted your attention unexpectedly. Like maybe you might find it hard to focus on of this crisis, whatever this Tower moment is. What is this related to for Capricorn, please? The Tower. You know, it's so annoying. Whenever we've got courtship, whenever I'm shuffling by myself, I don't have cards always falling on the fucking floor. It's because I have this goddamn tripod in front of me that this happens. God, you guys should see me trying to like pick up these fucking cards. All right, high honor and courtship. To me, it feels like an imbalance of like what you can hold. Like your capacity to hold more is not there right now. People want to give you more, but you can't really hold that right now. You are not a container for more right now. You are a container for literally what you have and what you could manage right now. Unexpectedly, we've got the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Excuse me, King of Swords is air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Nine of Pentacles is typically wealth and abundance and financial independence. When it's reversed, sometimes it could represent either not enjoying the fruits of your labor or not feeling worthy. I don't think that's the message here, though. I think something is happening this month where you feel validated. And that is, you know, happening. You're getting a monetary validation. I don't know if that makes sense. There's some sort of monetary compensation. I just don't think you're telling a lot of people about it. That for me is really why this Nine of Pentacles is here. It's like you're not really blasting it. You're not putting it on your LinkedIn. You're not like shouting it from the rooftops. You're coming into, and if this isn't related to an air sign, this King of Swords is like wise energy. They're very level-headed. They're professional. They're an expert. Like you might be coming into a new level of like, I want to say seriousness. Okay, sure. Seriousness in your work life, but you're not telling people about it. So we've got luck. Your luck is about to change for the better. You could get a lucky break from some financial breakthrough. Anything you do now will be very prosperous for you. Also, the King of Swords, sometimes when I see the King of Swords, it represents communication. So maybe you're in an era of like communicating, maybe thinking about, you know, going online and sharing your voice, sharing your wisdom through podcasting, through book writing, stuff like that. Anything where you could share your voice, share your knowledge, share your wisdom, and be compensated for it. Now, theme of the month is crazy because we got Five of Pentacles. So you feel broke, or you feel if your finances are fine, which I don't think they are, you either feel abandoned. You know, maybe you have money, but you don't feel supported, and you're working on trying to I feel like somebody fucked you over. So now you're trying to fix it. I think that you will. You will succeed with the Seven of Wands. You will be able to maintain control and stability, but you will be required to kind of really manage your money wisely with the Four of Pentacles here. We do have the Two of Swords, which is indecision. Unclear. Money is either tight or not receiving what you expected. The answers you are seeking will remain unclear for now. Your basic needs will be met. So you'll be fine. Like I said, your basic needs will be met. But it just, everything rides on resolving some sort of conflict. Okay. You're being called to apply diplomacy and tact to a difficult situation. Consider politics, negotiations, unions, contracts, or any peacemaking careers. Approach situations with a win-win attitude when making business deals. So really, I think you're going into the month of November thinking everything is fucked up. Your finances are not what they should be because somebody either gave you bad information or you made you invest in a bad deal. So now you don't know what to do. Let's look at this Two of Swords. So a lot of times when people have the Two of Swords, it's do I stay or go? Do I invest or not invest? Do I proceed or not proceed? So you decide what yes is and you decide what no is, okay? Or I like to do A, B. Option A will be on this side. Option B will be on this side. If you go with option A, this is your answer. If you go with option B, this is your answer. I take this deck with a grain of salt. Please know that. I like to focus more on the messages of this deck than I do yes and no, okay? Just so you know. All right, Spirit. So if they go with option A, if Capricorn goes with option A, what is your advice? Just one card, please, for option A. No. Option A is a no. Grinding your gears, working too hard on it. Okay, and if they go with option B, please, what is your answer? Just one card for option B. The answer is yes. Feels right. Good idea. Aligned with your values. All right, look, I love the little angel there. Is it an angel? Some little statue. It kind of looks like an angel. Okay, so you have your answer there. All right. So yeah, I feel like I just heard a noise that I wasn't really sure where that came from. But anyway. All right, Capricorn, that's your finance reading. So a little bit better than your love life, I think. At least you'll see some resolution there. Let's look at your oracle message of the month. I don't know what it is. Now, what you call it got this card too. Who got this? Now, when signs get the same, was it Aquarius? No, Aquarius got Jade. Who got this? Gemini got this. Okay. When signs get the same card, I think it's a collective energy personally, but let's read it anyway. I think I just picked one last night. Okay, so I'm going to pause here so that you can read this on your own if you'd like. I don't know how well you can read it because the live stream is kind of funny. It's not showing the best quality, but we're doing our best. I'm only going to read the general message, okay? Risk, adventure, new experiences, exploring unknown territory, claiming personal power. The seemingly safe road is not the one to take right now, for your soul is on a path of healing and wants you to experience fulfillment and joy. Blue Kite Jasper Spirit is here to tell you that life is meant to be lived, so be adventurous now. Do not hold back to protect yourself from getting hurt. For this crystal has appeared to encourage you to take the leap, take the risk, and draw confidence from knowing you have the conscious universe as your ally. Let go of your worries and your old beliefs about the dragons that await you if you dare to step out into the unknown. Risk-taking is required now, and you are fully supported in saying no to playing it safe. Blue Kite Jasper Spirit's message is that the adventure before you is one of discovery, and wondrous gifts await you. New ideas, new partners, new experiences, and new possibilities for achieving what you desire. Be bold and venture forth. Okay. So yeah, yeah. Do I feel like that resonates with your total reading? What do you think about that? Be bold and venture forth. I don't know. I don't really think, I mean, if you guys can take that, great, but I don't think that's what your whole reading was giving me. I don't think that's what your reading was giving me. I mean, if anything, be bold to leave a relationship potentially or heal a relationship. I don't know. A lot of emphasis on relationships for you this month, like healing relationships, or at least attempting to, but also needing to let some go. Do you have something else for Capricorn, please? Just one. Just one for Capricorn, please. The one that just flipped over with like 3. Just one for Capricorn, please. Just one. Okay, raw morganite. I think I think people use moissanite for like the diamonds, right? The lab-grown diamonds. Okay, let's look at 46, because I don't think Moonlight Spirit was your message. If you connect to it, great, but I don't think that was for you. Okay, sensitivity, gentleness, empathy, compassion, the gift of vulnerability, self-forgiveness. No matter how hard the rock, over time, water can alter it, making a path where there was none before. The appearance of this crystal is a sign that this is a time for you to embrace your sensitivity and gentleness. There is no need to be forceful when you can simply be open to what you are entitled to receive. Allow yourself to be vulnerable as this crystal spirit appears in raw, unpolished form, finding strength in knowing that you do not have to engage in battles that serve no one. You are able to handle whatever dramas are in front of you right now. Your exquisite sensitivity will serve you well, for it allows you to see things as they are. The conscious universe will be gentle with you, and raw morganite spirit is here to let you know that you are not alone and you have a solid foundation beneath you. So express your gifts of empathy and compassion. You are stronger than you know. I'm going to, let you pause here in case you'd like to read the rest. That feels a lot more aligned with me for your reading. I do think there's a lot of vulnerability here. I do think there's a lot of imposter syndrome, victimization here. I do feel like you're kind of being encouraged to like choose a new path, choose a new way, managing conflicts, that feels much more aligned than Moonlight Spirit. So I'll take that one instead. I mean, again, if this message resonates, great, but I don't think that was for you. Okay. All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you, my love. I will edit this later with chapters and such, but for now I'll just post it. I love you so much. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.